Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, roll with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packets. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits.
That TTG money gang.
Hey, making profits.
We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Fed Day. Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Give me your ears, give me your eyes, give me your attention, because this is going to be a very, very serious, very kind of down-to-earth, genuine kind of live stream here. I got a kind of a message that we really got to talk about because the Fed just did something unprecedented here today. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group, and I've been doing this for 16 years. Began my career working at a fund in New York City, my first job right out of college. Then 2008 happened, and it was the Great Recession, the worst recession that any of you have ever seen, that any of you have ever lived through. But that was the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. And today I'm the head trader at True Trading Group. And along with my team of 9 other professional trading mods and a 20-person staff, we've helped thousands of people all over the world from all walks of life be able to learn to trade and profit consistently. TTG is now the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines a university level of trading and investing educational courses with premium stock market tools, workshops, and mentorship on stocks, options, futures, cryptos for all styles of trading. Whether it's day trading, swing trading, or long-term investing, we do it all and we teach it all inside of True Trading Group. At TTG, we take that university level of education and curriculum, and we combine it with today's top trading and investing tools that would cost you over $5,000 a year if you went to those companies directly and you bought their products like Benzinga, TradingView, Trade Ideas, Polygon, Quote Media, CBOE, etc. Okay, we've negotiated deals with those companies to put their products on our platform so you don't have to pay for them. We also give you access to the near 10,000 TTG members that are the most educative, supportive, helpful, and successful community of traders that you will find anywhere. And of course, the real-time trade alerts from the mods and myself that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% for going on the last now 2 years. If you are new to this YouTube channel, make sure you do yourselves a favor right now and you smash that like button, you subscribe to the channel, and you turn on your notifications so you don't ever want to miss out on anything it is that we talk about and that we cover on these live streams. Guys, that's it. You got it. You got your Fed meeting today. Okay? You got your Fed meeting today. The Fed gave you the 75 basis point hike, but they did something else that nobody anywhere in the market was expecting. And that is they moved their target rate for the end of this year up to 4.4%. They moved their target for the end of next year up. They moved their target for 2024 up. All right. So that is what happened there today from the Fed. That is why the market sold off. And that is why we are currently now down here trading at 377 and change, down 1.7% there on the S&P. As we've broken beneath a level of support that we were holding for the last 3 days. And now your next level of support is going to take you down here to the low 370s, maybe around call it 372 to 373 is going to be your next level of support there on the SPY. And then you have your June lows. And those are going to be your 2 next major levels of support there on the SPY. But everybody's talking about like what the Fed did today, about them basically saying, we're going to raise rates further than you thought. We're going to keep them higher than we're going to keep them high for longer than you thought. That's basically what the Fed did today. And that's why the markets reacted like this to the downside. It was more hawkish, which means more bearish for stocks. It's more quantitative tightening and tightening of monetary policy and tightening of financial conditions, keeping interest rates high, raising interest rates. That is what it means by being hawkish. And the Fed was very hawkish today in their actions and in their choices to raise rates by 75 basis points, but that was expected. Everybody expected 75 basis points. The 75 basis point hike is not what made the markets move to the downside. I told you guys on the live stream last night, if the Fed moves the Fed funds target rate for the end of the year, if they move it up, that's going to be something that will make the markets move to the downside. That is what happened today. That is why the overall market sold off to the downside. Yields went up, the dollar went up, stocks went down. And that's the reason why. Very important you understand the reason why. Now, why did the markets go down because of that? Because now everyone's talking about, oh, well, recession next year, recession next year, recession next year. And I know a lot of you, you've gone online, you've gone on YouTube, you've gone on Twitter, you watch CNBC, you watch Fox News, you watch Bloomberg, whatever it is that you watch. I know you've heard this word a lot lately. And I know it probably scares the ever-living crap out of you. And I always, people keep telling me, oh, but Mike, this time it's different. This time it's different. When I talk about, oh, it's not going to be a really bad recession. I've been telling you guys all year, I think we're going to have a recession. I just don't think it's going to be a very deep, long-lasting recession. I don't think it's going to be anything like it was in 2008. But then people come back to me. They're like, no, Mike, this time's different. This time's different. You know what? You're actually right. This time it is different. But not for the reasons why you think. Because you know what else Jerome Powell said today? Jerome Powell said today that they are expecting, he said, we still see extremely strong job growth. That's odd. The labor market is still extremely tight and extremely unbalanced. I actually used the word unbalanced on my last 2 live streams when we've been talking about the labor market. What does that mean? The labor market is unbalanced because you had millions of people exit the workforce in 2020 and 2021 early. Normally, in a regular labor market, you have millions of people retire and leave the workforce. At the same time, millions of people graduate university and trade school, and they enter the workforce. And that creates and keeps a balance in the labor market. But because of COVID, a lot of people retired early. And you did not have people entering the workforce because there was no workforce for them to enter. The entire economy was closed. So all you got was this one-sided mass exodus of people retiring early, and that left a massive gap in the labor market where you have 2 open job positions for every 1 person looking for a job. That buffer is the exact reason why I believe we are going to avoid a very bad recession. If you look at throughout history, all of your bad recessions, unemployment was 8, 9, 10%. Jerome Powell said that he expects the unemployment rate next year to be 4.4%. Let me say that to you again. When you look at the 2008 crash and recession, the unemployment rate was 9% for 2008, 9, and 2010. That's the worst recession that we've ever seen. You go back to the dot-com bubble, following the dot-com bubble bursting. Okay, your unemployment rates were climbing where you got up to a point where unemployment was at like 6%. Then you had the recession in the early 80s, where you had 9.7, 9.6% in 1982 and 1983. Those were really bad, deep, severe recessions. Remember, the 1980s, that was when Paul Volcker smashed the economy into a recession when inflation was like 14%. Okay, and he had to raise interest rates all the way up to 15, 20% to get inflation down. That was a forced recession. Those were bad recessions. The dot-com bubble bursting was a really bad recession, but unemployment only got up to around 6.5. And then 2008, the worst recession that we've ever seen. And that is where you saw unemployment in 2009, 2010 be at 9%. Those are bad recessions. So you've got the Federal Reserve saying, and we'll say this again, I do think you will have a recession next year, but I don't think it's going to be anything like it was in 1982 or in 2008, 2009, because that labor market is just so damn strong. You've actually never had a situation like that before where you get this deep recession, but you have unemployment at 4.4%. No, I'm going to go even further. Forget 4.4%. Okay, let's say Jerome Powell's wrong about the 4.4%. Let's say it's 5%. Let's say unemployment goes to 5.2%. Like let's go over that number. I want to put something into perspective for you all. Let's say Jerome Powell's wrong and unemployment's not 4.4% next year. Let's say 5.2, much higher than what the Fed is expecting. Did you guys know that in literally 2015, unemployment was 5.3%? Did you know in 2016, unemployment was 4.9%? In 2017, would anybody consider 2017 a recession, or was everything hunky-dory and happy-go-lucky in 2017? Unemployment was 4.4% in 2017. So everybody's running around with their hair on fire talking about a recession. But that labor market, you're going to get the recession in a slowdown in GDP. you're going to get a lack of activity and growth in the economy. But the employment market is going to remain stable. And I'm not the only person that thinks that. And Jerome Powell talking about 4.4%. 4.4%. How bad could that recession really be at 4.4%? 4.4% was the unemployment rate in 2017. You all remember 2017. It wasn't that long ago. It was 5 years ago. Would you say the economy was in a good place in 2017? Were you all scared in 2017? Of course not. 2017 was great. 4.4% unemployment. 2016, 4.9% unemployment. I'm saying forget 4.4. Let's say it's 5.2. Bad recessions, unemployment goes to 9%. And I do not see any situation, any scenario where unemployment is going to get that high because of what the labor market looks like right now. Even though you're already getting a slowdown in the economy, you're still seeing job increases every single month. Now, the labor market is the last factor. It's the last economic factor. It's a lagging indicator. So it's like, like the recession will happen, and then it's like, then you see the unemployment rate start to move higher. Okay. Good news is we're already in the technical definition of a recession. Technical definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. 2, back to back. You already got that, right? So you're already in the technical definition of a recession. Now, I do think that you're going to get like those negative GDP numbers were because of, I don't want to get too complex with you guys, but it was because of like inventory builds. It was because of trade imbalances and government spending, which are usually not the culprits when you have a recession and you get negative GDP. Usually the negative GDP number comes from a slowdown in consumer spending and a slowdown in consumer activity, considering the U.S. economy is 70% based on the consumer. We're a consumer-based economy. We're not like a manufacturing-based economy. We're a consumer-based economy. Okay, other countries are manufacturing-based, like China's a manufacturing-based economy. Okay, so it's like a weird recession. It's a weird negative GDP number. But now going forward, okay, let's say now you have a recession, like a real recession based on a consumer slowdown in spending going into next year. But if unemployment stays at 4.4%, which is what the Fed thinks, and I'm saying forget 4.4, call it 5.2, call it 5.4. You know, historically, that number is basically just normal. 1962, unemployment was 5.5. 63, it was 5.7. 64, it was 5.2. You know, 1970, it was 4.9. 71, it was 5.9. 72, it was 5.6. 74, it was 5.6. 73, it was 4.9. Like these numbers, okay, you go back to like 1985, 7.2, 1986, 7%, 1988, 5.5, 1989, 5.3, 1990, 5.6, 1991, 6.8, 92, 7.5, 93, 6.9, 94, 6.1, 95, 5.6, 96, 5.4, 1997, 4.9. You see what I'm talking about? Like these numbers that you're seeing are, if unemployment just goes into the 4s, that's just a normal unemployment. We're at 3.7 now, which is a near 5-decade low. And you're left in a situation right now where the market's crashing. Okay, the market is crashing. The stock market is in crash mode. Okay, you are continuing to go down. I told you guys, I suspect September, October, the next 2 to 3 weeks, I still expect more downside in this market. You got it today with help from the Federal Reserve. But all of you have a job. Unemployment is at a 5-decade low. It's still 3.7%. And even as things get worse, because I do believe the unemployment number is going to go up, the labor market's going to soften. It has to, in order for you to bring down inflation. It's actually, the Fed wants to see unemployment start to climb. But you're literally sitting here and the stock market is crashing, and you have an opportunity to be able to, once, honestly, give it another, like, I think in like another, the end of September, I think is going to be super volatile in this market. And I think the market gets choppy in October and it starts to find its footing. And then you bounce back in November and December going into the end of the year. The further we go down here in September, still have about a week and a half to go. The further you go down in September, the more likely a November, December bounce is going to be in the cards. So it's like, flush this out now. Flush this out end of September, beginning of October, baseline in October, and then recover November, December, and then capitalize on a Santa Claus rally going into November, December. But you've got to get through the moment of volatility that you find yourselves in now. But that moment of volatility is going to do multiple things. It's going to A, provide you with trading opportunities to make money as the markets go down. B, it's going to provide you entry opportunities on some of the best companies on the planet, as those stocks have come down 50, 60% just this year alone. But while unemployment is still where it is. And if you mean to tell me you've never had ever, okay, this is why I'm like, when people say, oh, this time it's different. You know what? Honestly, kind of, you're right. I'm going to tell you why you're right. You've never had a situation before where you had a recession, like a real recession that causes stock prices to go down even further, but unemployment doesn't surge to 7, 8, 9%. Now, even if Jerome Powell's wrong about 4.4, he ain't going to be wrong by double. Unemployment, he's not going to say, oh, we think unemployment's going to be 4.4 and it's really 8.4. It's 8.8. I'm saying give wiggle room. Let's say he's not even right about 4.4. Let's call it 5.2, 5.4. Guys, newsflash. That's a modest, mild recession, which is what I truly believe we are going to see next year. You still have positive GDP numbers for the rest of this year, which is anticipated by the Fed, but not just the Fed. There's other economic institutions that anticipate positive GDP for these next couple of months in 2022. And then you look for the actual negative GDP numbers in the beginning of 2023 is what most economic institutions are talking about. Yes, Paros, I'm not going to miss the last opportunity to buy this time. I love it. Yes. Brian says, yes, everyone has a job. They're still not making enough money, though, no matter what the unemployment rate is. Yeah, no shit. Which is why inflation needs to come down. Exactly. That's why the Fed has to do what they're doing. You would much rather have the unemployment number go for the overall health of the economy. You'd much rather have the unemployment rate go from 3.7 to 5.0 rather than have inflation go to 12%. That's not sustainable. The Fed would sacrifice a mild recession in order to bring inflation down any day of the week. And they're doing that. They told you that they're doing that. Jerome Powell told you that during the Jackson Hole meeting. That's why inflation has to come down. That's why bringing inflation down now and experiencing a mild recession is better for the long run. Because mild recessions don't last very long. It's the severe recessions that last long, where you get this like overhang of like 3 to 4 years, right? Where it's like unemployment will stay at like 9, then 8, then 7, which are still higher numbers for like a series of 3 years. That's what happened after 2008. That's what happened after the 1980s. Like those were severe recessions. You don't want a situation that Paul Volcker had to do in the 80s, where inflation got out of control because in the 70s, the Fed would raise rates, they would stop, inflation would move back up, they'd raise rates again, they would stop, inflation would go back up, they would raise rates, they would stop. And that let inflation get completely out of control until Paul Volcker had to come and just literally lay the sledgehammer down on the U.S. economy and send us into not just one, but two back-to-back. They call it a double dip recession where unemployment spiked to 9%. You don't want that because that takes years to work itself through. You would much rather the Fed come in here now and be like, guys, no. Okay, we're gonna sacrifice a mild recession now so that we don't have, because if you, let's say the Fed raises rates and they stop, and then inflation goes back up, they raise rates again, then they stop, and inflation goes back up, then by 2026, 2027, you are going to have the next Fed member, as inflation gets out of control, is going to lay the sledgehammer down on the economy that will absolutely crush. You'll see 9, 10% unemployment, and it'll be there for 3 or 4 years. That's exactly what you want to avoid. That is not what you are going to see happen next year. And it's because the Fed is doing what they're doing now that you're not going to see that next year. Everybody announced this market crash since months ago. You are the only one saying otherwise until proven differently. What? UMEC, are you new to this channel? This must be your first time here. Every single title of our YouTube videos is stock market crash, bro. I came on this live stream in 2021 in September and October, and I told you I'm selling my long-term portfolio because I think the market's going to crash in 2022. Are you out of your mind? I literally did a live stream August 15th, 16th, 17th, and the title was Buyer Beware. What the fuck? They gotta be new. They gotta be new to this live stream. Is it because I'm telling you I think you bounce in November, December? Is that why? Because I do think you bounce in November, December. I think you have to experience this flush out. You have to flush this out for the next 2 weeks or so. And then I think you're going to get a bounce back in November and December. The markets don't just go down in straight lines, right? The markets don't just go down in straight lines. Right? Markets don't go down in straight lines. I think you're going to see a little bit, you're going to see more downside. And then I think the markets will stabilize in October. And I think you bounce back November, December. Okay. And that bounce in November, December is going to be tradable. Somebody said, Adam, I thought the markets were going to chop City for the rest of the day. I have no idea why Adam talks. Listen, guys, first of all, you all know that Adam's not a trader. You guys all know that. But the other thing that Adam said to you today was you need to calm the F down. Okay. You have people get very, very, very emotional on these Fed days when you get these like larger and exaggerated moves in the overall markets. And that part Adam is right about like trying to keep your emotions under control. People tend to swing for the fences on days like on this, on days like this, when you get these massive, massive, massive moves, people will tend to swing for the fences on them. And when you swing for the fences on stuff, it causes you to just get extremely emotional. And there was a lot of people that were getting very, very emotional today. The volatility today after the Fed meeting was crazy. You had an 8-point drop as soon as the number came out. Then you had a 9-point rally when Jerome Powell was talking. And then you have, 11 or 12 point drop now after Jerome Powell was done speaking. And on the market, you can see is, big red candle today. It's like the third one that you've had here in the last couple of weeks. You had a big standard deviation day, about a 2 to 3 standard deviation day there. You had a 2 to 3 standard deviation day there. And now you're getting another, well, this isn't quite a 2 to 3 standard deviation move, but you're getting much larger than normal type of moves in the overall market, right? You're seeing the size of the candles are very, very, very large. And that's what I'm saying. Like you're in full blown stock market crash mode right now, guys. Full blown. September is the weakest month of the entire year, and it's proving to be so. And actually, this is actually a fun fact. I don't know if people knew this or not, but this week, it's so funny how this always works out this way. September is the weakest month of the entire year, but this week specifically, this third week of September, is the worst week of the entire year, and it's turning out to be true. Right, you see what the markets have done so far this week. I mean, you still have more downside in order for it to be worse than the week prior. But I think you do get more downside. I think you're going to see the SPY down in the low 370s before this week is over. I mean, it's Wednesday. You got 2 days left. I think you probably get down there into the low 370s, and the markets will probably find their footing in the low 370s because the low 370s is a beautiful support level going back here from June and July. So you got a lot of support back here in June and July. Okay. A lot of support back here. Okay. This is what I'm really going to be looking at. Okay. So, when Adam said that today, he's giving you guys a solid, sound piece of advice. Like, yeah, no, he's not a trader, but you guys gotta Adam, you guys see me on these live streams with my, as the trader to talk about the market commentary stuff. But I didn't just True Trading Group. It's not just me here, guys. Okay. Adam's my business partner and co-founder. Adam, built this entire platform. Like Adam runs the entire business side of True Trading Group. Like, so why does Adam talk? I mean, Adam talks because he built this, this company. Okay. Dude is an entrepreneur wizard, has built multiple multi-million-dollar businesses. Okay. So, you got to kind of put yourself in check a little bit, ask yourself, what have you done? When you want to come out and attack somebody like that because they said a statement about the market and was wrong. I'm sorry. Have you never been wrong about when you make a statement in the market? Have you never said a stock was going to go up and it actually went down? Comments like that are just so ignorant from people like you. This is a comment from Carmine Capone. Your comment is completely ignorant. Like, it just really shows just how completely ignorant you are. Because Adam's not a trader. He came on in chat and gave his opinion on something and he was wrong, and you're going to try to vilify him for it on a live stream. I mean, that's a joke.
That wasn't even the main, and I appreciate you saying that, but that wasn't even the main point of what I was trying to do. There was a lot of emotion running rampant in chat today. You had a lot of people, when Mike is digesting all of this data, and there's at any given time, there's 2,500 to 3,500 people in chat. Throughout the day, there's like 5,500 unique people that come through chat. Okay? Mike and the rest of the mods are digesting all of this data today. The mods are trying to keep up. With with what's going on in chat, and they did a great job. But I'm sitting there and I'm watching this, and it was kind of crazy. There was a lot of people that were extremely emotional. And emotion and trading have no real good relationship. So yeah, I'm not a trader. And at the time that I said it was chopping, it was chopping. So I look, I never pretend to be the trader. But if no one else was going to say anything, it was definitely important that I went on the mic and said, hey, everyone calm down. That was it. That was the point of what I was trying to make. I wasn't trying to give you, my thesis on whether or not the market was going to move up, down, left, right, or center. It was, everyone just calm down. That's it.
Yeah, Carmine's a complete idiot. So we can just ignore the comment. But I don't like when people say stuff like that. It's like, guys, I'll be wrong on stuff too. I'll come on. I'll give you my thoughts. I'll give you what I think markets are going to do or what a stock's going to do. I'll be wrong. You're going to say that I wonder why does Mike even talk? Like, I'm sure you've been wrong before on certain things, but like I said, Adam was really giving sound advice about just everybody just stay calm. It's like people get very, very emotional when the markets make these bigger moves. And it's like, you got to control your risk on days like this. It's like, you got to keep your position size in line. It's like the moves on these days are always bigger. So you have to take smaller position size when you're going to trade on those days. It's the only way for you to control your risk during that period. It's like, you can get yourself into the trade, but understand that the SPY is going to move 10 points. It's not going to move 3 or 4 points like it will do in a normal day. So that means that the volatility and the percentage gain that you're going to see change in your P&L and in like an option contract that you guys might be buying, it's going to be massive. It's going to be way bigger than you normally would see on a regular trading day as volatility spikes. You've got to control your risk. And I say it on the microphone all the time. I'm like, guys, adjust your position size. This is going to be more volatile. But still, some people don't heed to the warning, don't heed the advice. It's like, even if you take a loss on a day like today, if your position size is where it should be, then it's just, okay, I took a regular loss. It's like, so if I had a losing trade today, but I've been ripping face for Monday and Tuesday early this week, crushing Tesla, crushing Block to the downside. Like you guys can't just let one losing trade just blow yourselves up. Then you are making a mistake. And when I say you're making a mistake, you're not making a mistake just based on that one trade. Losing trades are going to happen, but you're making a mistake based on your position size. You're swinging for the fence and you're allowing one losing trade to wipe out 3 or 4 winners. You're never going to be consistently profitable that way. So like I say these things, I'm like, hey guys, it's going to be more volatile than normal. So adjust your position size. I'll even tell you guys, I'm adjusting my position size. My stop loss is really tight. Like if I'm doing that, there's a reason for it. Because I know that you're going to get this extra level of volatility. Instead of the SPY moving, $1 or $2 in the opposite direction against your stop, it's going to move $4 in the opposite direction against your stop. You've got to adjust for that. The only way to control that is for you to be able to adjust your position size. But that's the market that you're in. It's like, so what? Tomorrow's going to be just the same. You're going to have just as much volatility. The volatility is what creates the opportunity. I don't care if you guys had a losing trade today or if somebody was red today. Who gives a damn? The market's open tomorrow. You're going to have red days. It's the best trading environment that I've ever seen in my freaking life. Look at the size of the moves that the overall markets are making. Look at the size of the moves that individual stocks are making. Yes, the markets are crashing. Yes, but that's exciting. I don't know how else. I very selfishly want the market to continue to go lower because I still have a lot of cash on the side. I've added cash on June 17th into my long-term portfolio, right? So far, June 17th is the low of the year, but I still have a lot of cash sitting on the sideline that I want to get into the market in specific stocks. I want them to keep going down because I want to buy them at lower prices. And you don't have to sit there and just be a prisoner of your long-term portfolio and just everybody freaks out on these days. You run around like a chicken with your head cut off. You're like, oh my God, the stock market's crashing. My 401k is getting killed. You don't have to just sit there and be a prisoner to your 401k. You can learn how to trade to the downside, learn how to buy put options, learn how to short stocks, learn how to buy inverse ETFs, things that go up when the actual stock or market goes down. There's ways to make money when things go down. You don't just have to lose money when things go down. That's the kind of environment that you're in. You need to learn how to make money when stocks go down because the reality is the stock market is going down, but that is an opportunity. When markets go down, volatility picks up. Volatility picks up. What does that mean? Bigger moves. Bigger moves mean bigger percentage gains, but it also could mean bigger percentage losses. So you have to understand and know what you're doing. You got to understand risk management. You got to understand how to buy options, how to short. You got to understand. You don't know how to do these things. We'll teach you. But this environment is where money is made. This is where people that are trading the market can be long one day and short the next. Members in True Trading Group are having the best years that they've ever had. Even though the market's crashing, and people that don't understand that might not understand how the hell that's even possible. But watch, members of True Trading Group. If you're making money because of the TTG platform, I want you to type the $ in chat right now. And if you're having your best year ever, tell me, sound off. I want to know about it. If you're making money, you're becoming better traders, type the $. If you're having your best year ever, tell me. I want to know if you're having your best years ever, because that's the proof of the environment that we are in. Okay, that's it. Sure, are you going to have a red trade? Are you going to have a red day? Yeah, that's trading. You can't get around that. But look at these people that are typing the $. The stock market is absolutely crashing, but yet, here you go. People are telling you that they're making money and they're having the best years that they've ever had. Many of you might think, if you're not a member, you might think, how is that possible? I'm getting crushed this year. That's because these people are making money while the stocks go down, just like you made money last year when stocks went up. What the? I don't understand where you've been. You actually were a trial member. I don't understand where your brain was for the last 2 weeks. Gleegly says trading sentiment was bullish for the last 3 weeks in TTG. No one predicted the SPY to drop below 380. I've literally been on this live stream for the last 2 weeks telling you I think the markets go lower into the end of September, early October. I don't know where you've been, Gleegly, or where your brain has been, because this is like the third time that you've said, I just start to think that you're trolling us now, because this is like the third time that you're saying the exact opposite of what we've been saying and doing inside of True Trading Group. All you need to do is watch my live streams for the last 2 weeks. And I very specifically say, I think we go lower for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I've said that for the last 2 weeks. After the CPI number came out and it was worse than expected, I specifically said on every live stream, I think the markets go lower over the next 2 to 3 weeks into the beginning of October. I could not have been any more clearer than that with our messaging. So I think you're just a troll at this point, because this is like the third time you've said the exact opposite thing. And anyone that's been watching these live streams knows that that's been the messaging for the entire.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, there's a lot of people on this live stream right now, nearly 1,500 people, that deserve to have a game plan, to understand exactly what happened today.
Yeah.
And to get a plan going into tomorrow to make money and to capitalize on this. Because while we're sitting here and we're responding to a handful of morons, it's essentially wasting time from what is the closest opportunity you're going to get to what 2020 was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
slower.
Right. So
slower.
Let me explain.
Exactly.
So
Adam, tell them the story. I know the story you're about to tell them.
Yeah. So
tell them the story.
I want you guys to hear me out for a second. So I appreciate the things that Mike said. It's true. I have grown multiple 8-figure businesses, starting from when I was 21 years old until today. And I have made very good business decisions a lot of the time. Mike will be the first person to tell you that he obviously, puts in his work, but when he and I started to work together, it literally turned him into a millionaire. I will tell you this.
And you as well.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying.
Okay. So
the biggest regret that I have is in 2020 when he told me to purchase certain stocks. He's like, bro, you need to go ahead and invest in this stuff, because I did not have that stuff set up the way that he did. Because my whole background was you got to make that money, you got to stack it aside, you got to make sure that you have this giant balance in your bank account at all times. Always protect yourself. And I did not listen in 2020. I didn't listen. And it was a huge mistake on my part. And Mike's my business partner. What excuse did I have? That's a true story. I got to tell you, the only real difference I see here from there is that people aren't getting laid off overnight. There's not 1 million people going to be out of work overnight. You're not going to have the stock market go to crazy lows, overnight and then spring back a couple months later. The amount of opportunity that I mean, seriously, I don't know. I'm not as well versed in economics or microeconomics as Mike is, but I'll tell you this. I don't think there's ever been, I don't think there's ever been this type of thing that's ever happened before. So
I've never seen anything like it's. The reason why we've never seen anything like it is because you've never had a global pandemic that completely flipped the textbook of economics on its head.
Yeah. So, and I'll let you do it. Let's just say the point here is that, I'm going to ask that our mods take a zero tolerance approach to anyone being an asshole. And being an asshole does not mean having a difference of opinion. It means just being a troll, spatting out things that are wrong just to get a rise out of people. Because let me tell you, if Mike and I didn't care, we wouldn't do it. So I need the mods to step up a bit here. Do what they need to do. Mike and I are going to ignore those comments from now on, or do the best that we can to ignore it. And there's a lot of people in here that deserve to have a real game plan and deserve to understand what real opportunity looks like. And I don't want to waste any more time on this stream doing anything but that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I look, Paul Salerno goes, I'm a new TTG member here. I made $453 in just the last 2 days based on the mod traders insight. I bought the membership specifically for the chat room. Keep up the good work. Exactly. Right. Exactly. So, guys, I want to go over with you. I want to go over with you kind of a plan here on everything. Because what the Fed did today was more hawkish than what the markets or analysts or anybody was really expecting. The expectation was for the Fed funds target to be 4.25. They moved it to 4.4. Okay. 4.44, I believe. Okay. I still think you have more downside here. It's September 21st. You got another week and a half of September. You're not going to just go straight down. You'll have, you'll have bounce back days in here. I think we're going to get down to these low 370s, and then you probably try to bounce from there a little bit, where I think maybe, the positioning gets just a little too pessimistic. You probably get down here inside of this like 372, 373 level, this support level that you see back here from the end of June and early July. And then you probably get maybe a little bit of a bounce off of this level and just kind of chop around here a little bit. And then you have the June low. That June low, whether or not that June low is going to break, is going to be, in my opinion, based on what earnings revisions do you get going into October, where you're going to get all your earnings, and then what happens with September's CPI number. September CPI number you'll get in October. So it's like, I think the seasonal weakness of September, which is the worst month of the entire year, I think that continues. We've had very high volume sell days in the last 2 weeks. You look at the volume on these 3 days. Okay, this day, and then you had this day, and then you had this day. Okay, so very high volume days to the downside on the sell side for the market as you're getting this move to the downside. I think that momentum will continue here for the next couple of days. And yeah, you'll mix in a green day here. You probably get one day where you bounce off of 371 or 372, and maybe you bounce back up to like 379, 378 in the market. You get this like a green day mix in there, just like you did 2 days ago. You're going to get, the down move followed by this bounce, right? It's like down move, and then all of a sudden you get this bounce back day, and then you continue to the downside. So I think that that's the type of price action that you're going to get, and the volatility that's going to be there as you get closer to these lows. The volatility that's going to be there is going to be nuts. Guys, smash that like button right now. We got 1,500 people on this live stream. Smash that like button. Show us some love. Okay, I want to see 1,000 likes on this live stream. We got about 1,500 people that are watching this live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, right? Guys, go ahead, smash that like button. I want to see 1,000 likes on this video. These are unprecedented times, folks. Many of you have never lived through an environment like this. I have. I traded through 2008. Remember, the worst crash that we've ever had. Okay, that any of you have ever lived through was that 2008 crash. And it's like, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. And the volatility that this is going to create to the downside is going to be nothing short of freaking amazing. Oh my goodness. And I think you're going to go down, you're going to test these low 370s. And then I'll let you guys know if I think those, I'd say the June lows are more at risk now after what the Fed did today. But depending on what happens with earnings, I think is the real determination if the June low breaks or not. So you got to wait and see what happens with earnings. You got a couple of companies like Ford, like FedEx that came out with warning, earnings warnings and adjustments. But you have other companies that said something different. You had General Mills today crushed new all-time high. like new all-time high in General Mills. That was a huge move to the upside. Home Depot said something much stronger about their earnings and their costs and their consumers. So it's like you really have a mixed bag. Some companies are warning. Some companies are like, actually, things are just fine for us. So you got to see what happens with earnings once you get into it. But the further the markets go down, okay, the more confident I become in my end of the year prediction. I want the markets to flush out September into October. I want this to happen because then you flush it out, you get towards some type of a capitulation where the markets can stabilize and bottom, and then the November, December bounce comes into play. The further you go down now, you're not just going to go down now, go down in October, go down in November, go down in December. The market doesn't just go down in straight lines if you haven't realized that so far this year. Even when you get like a big down move, then you get the markets will then bounce back and recover, right? You get the big down move and the markets will bounce back and then recover. Then you get another down move. Like the markets don't just go down in straight lines. Okay, so the further you go down in September and October, and if you can really flush things out, you got a big spike on the VIX today. The further you can flush this out, the more stretched the market becomes, and you can get a bounce back November, December. November, December are typically the strongest times of the year going into the holidays. And with the consumer, and everyone's talking about recession, it could be kind of like that little last buying surge from the consumer going into the holiday spending. And then if inflation cracks and the consumer spends strong into the holidays, you can get a nice November, December rally. That rally does not take you back to the highs, but it doesn't have to. If the rally can take you from 3,600 back to 4,000, or that's a huge move. That's a huge move. And we can trade the crap out of that move, just like we have all year. We've been in puts in the beginning of the year. We were puts in the middle of the year. We caught some longs there in July and August. Back on the short side, like this is, you don't typically see moves like this. You don't see it. Plain and simple. You don't usually have an entire year with moves of this size and this magnitude. These are 10. I'm not messing around, guys. These are 10 to 15% moves. Like, just take a like these moves, like these batches of direction are 10 to 15% on the overall market. Like, these are huge moves. We're at 800 likes right now, guys. I'm not messing around. I want to get to 1,000 likes, guys. I want to get to 1,000 likes. Get me to 1,000 likes right now. Get us up to 1,000 likes, folks. I'm going to wait. I'll wait till we get to 1,000 likes. I'll wait. Oh, nice, Scotty. Scotty goes, I'm charting on the free laptop you guys gave me. Yes. Picker DeGuyer goes, don't be scared of the like button. It's not gonna hurt you. Smash that like button, folks. 1,200 people answered the poll, but only 888 of you hit the like button. If you can answer the poll, you can hit the like button. Yeah, get us up to 1,000 likes, guys. $924. We're getting there. Almost, guys. Almost. $941. Almost. $957. Almost. 962. You guys are so close. You can do it. You guys can do it. $980. You gotta wonder, like, who's the person that's still sitting there like this? Like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Is it because of the Yankee hat? It is, isn't it? It's all the New England fans. It's all people in Massachusetts and Connecticut, New Hampshire. It's all you people. I know it is. It's that portion of the live stream. It's that demographic. It's you guys. It's the Northeast. It's all my Red Sox fans. They're like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Maybe even my Long Islanders that are like, nah, I'm a Met fan. I can't do it. Maybe if you're from Queens, you're like, I can't do it. I just can't. There it is. We got it. 1,000 likes. There it is. Thank you, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. There it is. 1,000 likes. Wonderful. Thank you. Finally. That's all it takes. Right? That's all it takes. All right. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, we had a lot I want to go over here on this live stream with you. We got to talk about kind of the game plan now going forward. Now that support level has broken, the things that are transpiring on a bigger scale, on a macro scale, have started to change some things here in the markets, and it's changed positioning, and it's changed the markets' beliefs, and it's changed how the markets feel about the economy. And you had two major shocks in just a week and a half. Two major shocks. Shock number one was the CPI number, and then shock number two is now the Fed. And these are two things that the markets were not expecting. The markets, and no analyst on Wall Street was expecting an 8.3% CPI, and nobody was expecting the Fed's target rate to be moved up to 4.44. 4.4. So, that puts you now where you're going to be looking at possibly another 75 basis point hike and then a 50 basis point hike. And that would get you to the target, or at least a minimum of 50 basis points to finish out the year. They're going to keep raising rates into the end of the year. They're not done. They're not pausing. You have two more Fed meetings into the end of the year. They're going to raise rates on both of them. It's going to either be, if they stay true to their target that they put out today, it'll either be 75 basis points and then 50 basis points, or 50 basis points and then another 50 basis points. You may see, depending on what happens with September's inflation data, you may see them do 50 basis points in the next meeting, depending on what that number looks like. If the September CPI number, let's say, drops into like the low 7s or something like that, then you might see them do 50 basis points. But if it's still up around, let's say it's like 8.0 after being 8.3 the month before, 8.5 the month before that, that's a very slow decline. Then they would probably maybe give you another 75. But, that's where we are. It's like you got to just trade what's in front of you, and the trading opportunities are tremendous. And I'm looking at further downside tomorrow. If there's any bounces at all, if you get any type of a bounce tomorrow, you got to look for 381 to be a level of resistance for you. 381 was this support level. You'll see that we had the support level all the way back here from July. And then you'll see for the last three trading days, we tried to hold that level as support. And then today it's broken. It's broken definitively today with a real nice high volume bar. So now you can look for that level to act as resistance. So any type of a bounce back into that 381, you can look for that to become resistance, and then see, like, maybe you get like a little bit of a hesitation day. I don't think so. I think maybe you might just get a gap down day tomorrow. But if you do get a hesitation day and a consolidation day after the sell-off today, and you pause back up there at 381, then you look for the further move to the downside. And then I would say that the markets can try to stabilize there in the low 370s. And that would be my target, right? That would be my target for this move. Now that the 381 support level is broken, you go down to this. This is your next support level. And I do think you get there. I do think you're going to get tested. You have to test that level, but then I expect a bounce off of that level. I do not believe that the market is just going to cut right through that level like it's not there. I do not think that that's what's going to happen. If it does, I'll be surprised by it. But I think you would get at least 1 or 2 green days off of this support level before, even if you were to take another move to the downside. I do think you would get another like 1 or 2 green days off of that. Now, why is that important? Because that can help you take profits on put options, can take profits on puts, depending on when your expiration is. Like if you own put options, you don't want to hold your expirations. You don't want to hold your options close to expiration because of time decay. And during like a 1 or 2 day bounce, if your options expire in, let's say, 3 or 4 days, and you get a 1 or 2 day bounce, that's going to suck all the premium out of your contract, and you're going to give up all of your profit. So it's important that you understand where the major levels are so you can take profit when they're reached, instead of just holding onto a position that your options expire, because that time decay will just eat at the value of your options. You'll let all your profit just disappear. Okay. So, and for those of you that are looking to get into positions, you can use those bounces to then get yourself into those put options to see if the markets then move themselves back to test those June lows. But I think you only test those June lows depending on what happens with the earnings that are going to be coming up in October. So, you know, this wild roller coaster of a ride of 2022 is still a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot of fun. My dog agrees. All right, guys, so that's kind of what I'm thinking there. That's kind of what I'm thinking there about this level. And then once we get down into this zone, so remember I told you guys on my live streams for the last couple of weeks that I plan on deploying some more capital in my long-term portfolio towards the end of September. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, we're getting close to this area that I'm looking for. I got my eyes on just some really, really, really awesome companies. My TG fam, you guys are going to know exactly what companies it is that I'm looking at adding to my long-term portfolio. But this is that region, right? When you get down into here is where I'm going to look to start kind of adding some more stuff back into my long-term portfolio as we get ourselves down into this region. So long-term portfolio adds are probably coming up here within the next 1 to 2 weeks. And I'll let my TG fam know exactly what stocks it is that I'm going to be looking to scoop. You know, it's crazy, guys, because I showed you guys yesterday, and we just actually got a message that just came in through now to True Trading Group. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when you join True Trading Group, you get a double your money back guarantee, which means if you don't make back your membership fee at least once during your membership with us, we'll give you double your money back. So whatever money that you're going to, like if you spend $1,207 to join the membership for the entire year, we give you back $2,414. If you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend the study group, but don't make back the $1,207, we give you double your money back. That's a thing that we do inside True Trading Group. But I showed you guys an example the other night where somebody that did not make their money back, and instead of requesting a refund, they asked us, hey, like I'm having a lot of success. I'm kind of turning the corner. Instead of double my money back, can I maybe just like get another year? Can I extend my membership? Absolutely. Most people that's what we only have a refund rate of 2.6% for the last 5 years. We've only had to give a refund to about 2.6% of our users. Okay, that's because you see the results that members have. We have a 78% retention rate. So 78% of our members renew their membership when their membership is up. But we have another person. We just got this message. So I just want to actually show this to you guys, if you don't mind. Give me 1 second. I want to actually pull this up on the screen and actually show you guys. Here it is. You guys can see on the screen here. Free membership kind request. Hi, Adam. I'm writing this to kindly request a free renewal of my membership this year as I had a big loss last year. So you're looking at someone that here, again, does not want their double your money back guarantee, but rather just wants a free membership. And I have no problem. I would rather give a free membership. I'd rather give a free membership to somebody that wants it. If you guys would say, hey, Mike, I didn't make my money back this year, I would much rather just say, okay, sure. Then you want to stay with us for another free year? No problem. stay with us. I don't mind. I don't mind doing it. We offer you double your money back guarantee. A lot of people sometimes would say, hey, instead of giving me the money back guarantee, I'd rather just try it for one more year. No problem. I have no problem doing that. No problem doing that whatsoever. Yeah, some people take longer to learn. That's just the reality of it. I've seen some people that are able to pick this up in a few months. I've seen some people it takes them a year. I've seen other people. Everyone goes at their own pace. You don't know where people are starting from. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what their situation is. You don't know how much time did they actually put towards it in the first year. You don't know, did they actually follow the lessons? Did they actually follow the tutelage and the guidance? Or did they just go and do their own thing? Did they just hold on to Bed Bath & Beyond and AMC and hold on to those stocks into the ground? And that's why they lost a bunch of money. I don't know. You never know what people's situations are on what it is and why it is that they lose money or why it is that they make money. But I think the real focus needs to be always on kind of the educational aspect and actually learning how to do this for yourselves. Our goal at True Trading Group is to teach you guys how to fish. Teach you how to fish so that, like, especially during times like this, when everybody's freaking out and scared that the stock market's crashing, I'm not scared. Members aren't scared. We're excited because the market's crashing means volatility for active trading, whether it's day trading or swing trading. But then it also means when the dust settles, and the dust always will settle, that you're going to be left with tremendous buying opportunities in your long-term portfolio. A lot of people missed the buying opportunity in 2020. Like when the market crashed in 2020, it recovered so fast. It's like you went straight down and then you went straight back up, and a lot of people missed that opportunity. Look how fast it happened. This is not happening that way. You got this crash, a bounce, another crash, and I don't think we're necessarily finished here or done here yet. You have the opportunity here to be able to scale yourself in your long-term portfolio, especially if you missed the buying opportunity in 2020. You have a chance to scale yourself in on some of these companies after the dust settles and the stock market crash kind of settles down. Yes, RBLX Anima says, is anyone here from Australia? Yes, we do have a lot of members. We do have a handful of members from Australia and New Zealand. We have members all over the world. We have about 10,000 members. We have members in Japan, Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong. We have members in Russia, India, the UK, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands, Mexico, Canada, UK. We have members literally all over the world, guys. Members literally all over the world, all different time zones, all different backgrounds. All right. So, I'm not worried about what's transpiring before us, and neither are members. I know there's probably a lot of people on this live stream that are probably scared because they see the stock market going down and they're probably freaking out. But look, I'm going to prove this to you. When you're educated and you know how to make money when the markets go down, you lose that fear because it doesn't matter whether the markets go up or down. I'm confident in our ability to be able to pull money out of this market. And you're seeing it from teaching members. That's why they're not scared. As long as the stock market's open, recession, no recession, rate hikes, no rate hikes, 100 basis points, 25 basis points, inflation, not inflation, Russia, not Russia. No matter what happens, the stock market's going to be open. And if you've gained the skill set to be able to profit from the movement of that market, all you need is for it to be open. And that's the ultimate control. If you're worried about the economy weakening, you're worried about losing your job next year, whatever it is, if you're worried about that, this is something that can really take on like that entrepreneurial mindset. And you can become your own boss and you can become a true entrepreneur, because there's no greater entrepreneur journey than when you guys decide to become a trader. Your success and your failures, okay, are rest on your shoulders and your shoulders alone. And for you to say, and there's no upside limit to how successful you can become. You want to make $100 a month, 500, 1,000, 10,000, whatever the number is, it's possible. Is it easy for you to make, 10,000, 20,000 a month? No, it's not easy, but nothing worth doing is ever easy. Going and get a job that's going to pay you $250,000, $300,000 a year, that's not easy either, right? But nothing that's worth doing ever is easy. But that's the true, you want to talk about a recession-proof occupation, you talk about becoming a skilled trader. It doesn't get really any more recession-proof than that, because recession or not, the market's open. And members aren't scared about what's happening. I'll prove it to you. Members, are you scared right now? Are you nervous? Are you excited? You just answer to me in chat. If you're a member of TTG, are you scared and nervous, or are you excited? You tell me. if you're a member of True Trading Group? Tell me, are you scared or are you nervous? I know there's a lot of people on here that are not members that probably you're nervous and are probably you're scared. I'm telling you guys, you don't have to be. You know, yeah, do I think the market's going to go down some more? Yeah, I do. But that's not the end of the world. Just pay attention to some of the comments that you guys see come through on the YouTube chat. You guys can see how many people that are answering you. So excited, boss. Nope, not scared. I'm jacked. This is perfect. I'm euphoric, excited. It's like Christmas morning, excited, beyond excited. So not nervous, excited. Heck no, I'm excited. I need more days like today. I'm never nervous. Green day today. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited. I can't wait to add to my long-term portfolio. Not scared, excited. Like, I hope it goes down more, says Papa Shoe. I don't know what scared is, says Jimmy. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. You got to ask yourself, guys, like, if you're not a member, like, ask yourself right now, like, literally, like, how do you actually feel? How do you actually feel? If you're not a member of True Trading Group, like, really think about how do you feel right now watching the market crash over the last 3 weeks? It's been ugly since the middle of August. A full month. It's been ugly. You had 4 days where things looked okay, right? You had 4 days where things looked okay. I get it. If you guys are scared, but yeah, look how fast the market's gone down. Look at that. Yes. Look how fast that we've gone down in just those couple of weeks, but also look how fast we went up in just those couple of weeks, right? You're right back to where you started. Do you see that? It's a complete mountaintop. It took the exact same amount of time to go from 370 to 430 as it took to go from 430 back to 370. You just did a round trip. In the exact same amount of time. It took 1 month to go there. It took 1 month to get back. You got to just ask yourself, like, how do you actually feel? How many people are new, right? If you're, you know what? Let me do this. Type the letters TTG in chat right now if you're not a member of True Trading Group. If you're not a member, type the letters TTG in chat right now. I want to see how many of you are not members of the TTG community. Again, if you're not a member, type the letters TTG in chat right now if you're not a member. I want to see Johnny Gutierrez, Antoinette. Yo, Noble Eagle, what's up, man? I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Noble Eagle, what's up, brother? I hope you're doing well. Crazy times, man. Crazy market. I love this stuff. Noble Eagle's an experienced trader. Been trading since like the 80s, I feel like. And I guarantee you, if I asked him, is this not the greatest trading environment you've ever seen? He's going to say yes. We got who? Sam Snyder. We got Mad Max. We got Brad Priest. Okay, we got Raising Cane, QP, Sukum, Rob, Mandy, Colby, Abarna, Yuzo, Sedant, Omega, Gilly, Ricardo, Senator, Grits, Lico, Vivian. I just watched the Eddie Murphy stand-up with, it was Lillian, not Vivian. We got Fabio, Joe, John, what's up, man? Welcome. Robert, Carlos, Andrew. See, Noble Eagle goes, yes. I told you, it's not just me. I told you, it's the greatest trading environment that I've ever seen. Senator Drizzle, Joe, Daniel, Elvin, lots of new faces here, guys. Yo, Dave Padilla, what's up, my man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Welcome, everyone here that is not a member of the TTG fam. I want to make sure real quick, guys, that the people that are typing, that we're typing here, the letters TTG inside of chat, before we get into I see some people saying like, oh, I can't afford it. Some people are saying I can't afford the membership. Guys, we do accept PayPal credit. So that is one thing. That is one way that you guys could pay for a membership, PayPal credit and credit card, etc. But I do see some people that are talking about saying can't afford it. Definitely can't afford it right now. I'm seeing from Senator Drizzle. I'm sending leaders all. Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up. With some of these messages that I see come through chat. So guys, listen, so everyone that's typing the letter is TTG. You know, you guys say that you can't afford it right now. I'm telling you that I think you can't afford not to. A lot of people have, you know, you look at a membership like the TTG platform, and again, guys, you're not just paying money just to get my trade alerts because I'm just such an amazing trader and you should be blessed to have my alerts. That's not what TTG is about. Yes, you get all of my trade alerts, you get all the other mods trade alerts as well, but that's not just what TTG is all about. You know, it's really all about getting access to a level of education that is similar to what I received when I worked at a fund in New York. So you actually get a real education on how to do this and how to actually try to go about understanding how to be able to navigate the markets properly. But you also get access to tools and resources that will help you make better decisions, like tools and resources that other traders have access to that they use, but they would cost you $5,000 a year if you went to purchase them on your own. $5,000 is nothing to the trader that works on a trade desk at a professional firm in New York, but it's a lot of money to you guys. We spent years building relationships with those companies to have their products on our platforms that you don't have to use them. You know, when people say like, oh, it's a lot of money, our membership is just over $1,000. It's like $1,200 for the entire year, and you get access to $5,000 worth of tools. Many of you that are on here that are saying, oh, you know, I can't really afford it. Many of you would literally put $1,200 into a stock tomorrow if somebody on Twitter told you it was going to go to the moon. Many of you have lost more than $1,200 trying to trade on your own and follow people on what people are saying to do on Reddit. But you won't invest $1,200 in yourself. But it's like, when you put the $1,200 into the TTG platform, you look at it like it's dead money. Like, no, putting a stock into some social media pump and dump that you end up bag holding and you're down 60, 70% on, that's dead money. That's dead money. Putting your money into a platform like True Trading Group that comes with a double your money back guarantee, it's an investment. It's investment in yourself. And if that investment doesn't pan out and you don't make the 12, it's actually 1207 here today. If you don't make the 1207 back, I'm going to give you $2,414. If, as long as you go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend the study group, if you don't make back the 1207 at least once during that membership, I'll give you double your money back. I don't think you're going to need it, but it's there for peace of mind. The platform you get with TTG is the Netflix of trading communities. You pay the one price. It's actually $12.07 here this evening. It's the normal price is $2,212 if you went to our website directly. But for those of you that are on the live streams, you can use the coupon code TTG121. It drops the price down to $12.07, which is a 45% discount on the yearly membership. And that comes with a double your money back guarantee. So $12.07 would become $24.14. It comes out to $3.30 a day, guys. So when you say like, oh, it's too much money, it's too expensive, it's $3.30 a day. You pay more for a cup of coffee each day than you do to be a member of the TTG platform. You get access to all of our courses. There's no upsells for courses. It's a simplified version of the 3-month educational training program that I went through when I worked at the fund in New York. You get Ben Zinga's real-time news feed. You get TradingView's premium charting software, Quote Media's full book level 2. You get unusual options activity with options flow directly from the CBOE. You get dark pool data from Polygon. You get the Trade Ideas scanner. You get a simulator from ETNA that lets you trade stocks, options, and hopefully by the end of this week, you'll also be able to trade futures on that simulator as well. You get analyst ratings on any stock you're interested in, insider buying, insider selling, short data. All of that is included when you pay the $12.07. But if you went to those companies directly to buy those products, just the Ben Zinga newsfeed alone is over $1,000 a year. It's included when you join the TTG platform. That's the value of True Trading Group. It's a platform. It's designed to empower the retail trader, to educate you, and to provide you tools and resources that otherwise may be too expensive for you. But they greatly increase traders' chances of success. Not to say you're going to be successful just because you joined True Trading Group. I can't guarantee that you're going to be successful just because you joined True Trading Group. But what I can tell you is we've only had to refund 2.6% of our users since 2016. We have a 78% retention rate. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 1,750 reviews. So based on what members tell us, the reviews they leave, based on that refund rate, based on that retention rate, I can very confidently tell you that True Trading Group has worked for thousands of traders. And I'm confident that if you're willing to put forth a little bit of effort, that it could work for you as well. And then a double your money back guarantee is there to back you up. Do you want to know how much people spend at Starbucks a year? The average American spends $2,313.48 at Starbucks per year. Did you hear what I just said? The average person spends $2,313.48 a year at Starbucks. Don't tell me $1,200 is too expensive. Your coffee is too expensive. Your coffee is not going to make you money. Your coffee is not going to help you profit on the way down so you can offset losses in your long-term portfolio, so then you can take that profit and invest it in your long-term portfolio when the dust settles. That coffee is not going to help you have a better understanding of macro environment and macro conditions that can help you understand what areas of the stock market are going to go up versus which areas are going to go down. That coffee is not going to help you understand why you should not be chasing and following the meme stock mania when someone tells you that something's going to $1,000 a share when it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That's not going to help you. That coffee is not going to help you build a long-term portfolio that can help you and your family reach financial goals in the future that you never thought were possible. That coffee is not going to help you earn a secondary form of income. It's not. But you'll spend $2,300 a year on that coffee. But you won't spend $1,200 to get educated, to get access to tools and resources that can actually have a positive impact on your and your family's lives. And right now has never been a better time for you to do so, because the markets are going down and you don't know what the hell is going on. Last year was the easy part. It doesn't matter what you were in. You could have been in literally crap coin and you could have made money. You just had to buy something last year and you would have made money. That's not reality. But that, unfortunately, that gave people a very false sense of reality. You need to learn how to make money when the markets go down, because markets do not just go straight up like they did last year. And this reset in valuations, it's necessary, it's needed, it makes sense. As interest rates go up, valuations have to reset. But that reset in value is where the opportunity lies. Because once the dust settles, as it always does, and it always will, you're going to be left with buying opportunities in some of the best companies on planet Earth. You know how excited I am to see a company like AMD, NVIDIA, Snowflake, Datadog. These are companies that I freaking love. Palo Alto, CrowdStrike. These are companies that I love. I want those stocks to go down because I think 5, 7, 10 years from now, you have to realize what happened with mega cap tech, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, right? Alphabet, those companies over the span of 10 years gave their investors multiple thousands of percentage gains as they went on to become the juggernauts that they are. You are going to experience a new wave of unicorns. And the new wave of unicorns are not going to be in the form of traditional tech. It's going to be now all these other areas of tech like cloud computing, AI, quantum computing, cybersecurity, like semiconductors. These are the areas of technology where the next round of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000% gainers are going to be found. It's not going to be an Apple. Apple's not going to gain 2,500% in the next 7 years. But it's these other companies that can and these other companies that will. You guys just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, and that'll drop the price from $22.12 all the way down to the $12.07. Okay? You'll get the double your money back guarantee. Again, if you go through our courses, it's quite simple. The double your money back guarantee works as follows. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group. If you still do not make the 1207 back at least once during that membership, okay, that's when I'll give you double your money back. $2,414. We left it at 1207 here, guys, because whenever this happens in the market, okay, you have this big down day in the market today. Whenever this happens, people freak out, people panic. Okay, we were supposed to jack the price of our membership up today. After the Fed meeting, I told you guys we were going to bring the price of the membership up. But the Fed did something that was unexpected. It caused the market crash to continue. And I'm going to leave this at this 1207 price point for another night to give you guys an opportunity to come in here and take advantage of this volatility and stop being held prisoners of your long-term portfolio. Learn how to trade a down market because that's what you are in. Stop just sitting back, twiddling your thumbs, watching your IRAs and 401ks go down. Offset that, make money on the way down. Learn how to short, learn how to buy put options, learn how to buy inverse ETFs. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121. If anybody has questions about this membership, you send a text message. Don't call. You send a text message to 786-505-4049. The number's at the bottom of your screen. We only have 7 laptops for this evening. I'm sorry. Okay, we only have 7. So the next 7 people that go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121, as long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one of the 7 laptops. All right, it's free. We cover the shipping costs. We ship anywhere in the world. You don't have to enter your address to get the laptop. Okay, you don't have to enter your address to get the laptop. You'll get a welcome email after you join. Okay, you'll get a welcome email after you join that will have instructions on how to claim that free laptop. Again, if you have questions, you can send a text. Don't call 786-505-4049. All right. Anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about what I just discussed? Anybody have any questions about the overall markets? Or anything that I talked about with the analysis that we went over? Now is the time to ask. Do you recommend buy in margin? So in the long-term portfolio, I actually don't recommend buying on margin. I don't use margin in my long-term portfolio. I just buy with the cash that I have in my long-term portfolio. Nice. Rex West goes, my son Trevor's a member. I am soon to follow. I love it. Senator Drizzle says, well, apparently I'm approved for 4K credit in PayPal. How do I pay? So Senator, when you go to ttgoffer.com, okay, you will see there's an option to select PayPal credit. So you'll see credit card, you'll see PayPal credit. You can just select PayPal credit on the checkout option when you select payment method. So under step number 3, where it says select your payment method, you just select PayPal credit. Okay, so you would just select PayPal credit right there under payment method, and that would allow you to use PayPal credit to join the membership. All right. All right, folks. So, all right, it doesn't seem we have too many questions. What I'll do here now, guys, listen, I'm going to show you the platform. All right. I'm going to show you guys the platform that is TTG so you guys can actually see what the platform looks like. Just remember, I'm expecting more further downside in the SPY. I think we get down now into the low 370s. I'd be looking for that 371, 372. That's going to be that next zone of support. And then I think you get a bounce off of that level. So you have a big drop today, further downside maybe in a day or so. And then I think you'll get a little bit of a bounce off of 371, 372. So listen, guys, if you're not a member of TTG and you're not interested in becoming a member, Trevor West says, I couldn't afford it, but I did it. Best decision in a career change I've ever made. I still work, but on a rainy day like today, I was still able to make something out of nothing. TTG, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, guys. For those people that are out there that are saying, I don't know if I can do this. I'm telling you, you can't afford not to do it. It's less money than you spend at Starbucks, but this is something that can actually have a positive impact on your lives. Okay. So what I'll do here now, guys, I'll show you the platform. If you're not interested in the membership at all, you can sign off the live stream now. I'm done going through the SPY and the analysis from the Fed and everything. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, turn on your notifications. Don't ever miss out on these lives. But if you are interested, I'll show you the actual platform. All right, so you guys can see exactly what you're going to get when you guys become full-time members. So when you guys join, of course, you're going to get access to our chat room. Mitchell, we got to welcome Mitchell. Mitchell's the newest member of the group. That means there's now just 6 laptops left. So everybody welcome Mitchell. Mitchell, welcome. I'm sorry, guys. We only had 7 laptops this evening. They're going to go quick. You guys want to make sure you grab one. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121. Click apply code. If you see a laptop, there's 6 of them. You see a laptop, that's how you know you're getting one. Just check out. You guys will be good to go. And then you got the double your money back guarantee. Again, I don't think you're going to need it. We've only had to refund 2.6% of our users in the last 5 years. Okay, but it's there for peace of mind. Okay, you just have to go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend the study group. And passing the quizzes is not like a trick. You actually get the answer key to the quizzes. So if you're really stuck on something and you don't know the answer, you can just use the answer key. But don't cheat, because it's more important that you understand the information, you understand the material. It's more important that you're actually learning than it is that you just get your double your money back, right? You don't want to just get you're not joining just to get $2,400. You're joining so that you can actually learn a skill that can help you potentially make money for the long run and reach financial goals that you never thought were possible. Make better decisions for the long term. Like that's what the goal is. You don't want to join just to get your double your money back. So don't cheat. But you do get the answer key. That's not like the trick to the double your money back guarantee. I have no problem offering it. We're the only company that does. And that's because I see the results that members have. And I'm confident enough in the platform that we've created that if you put forth a little effort, I'm confident in your chances of reaching your goals. Okay. So again, send a text to 786-505-4049. If you guys have any questions, don't call that number. It's a text message only phone number. Again, text message only phone number. All right. So here, you guys can see the chat room that we have. The mods and I share our screen with you every day. So you see what we see. We're live on the mic. We're calling out trades in real time. All right. You guys can use the mobile app. The mobile app will actually allow you to see the screen share, be connected to chat, even if you're not in front of your computer, and then get real-time push notifications whenever the moderators enter or exit a trade. You're also going to get 2 small private study groups with one of our pro traders who can ask questions and try to help speed up that learning curve, get you started on the right foot. You get the Benzinga Pro newsfeed with the Squawk Box feature. That costs over $1,000 a year. If you go to Benzinga on your own, it's free with your membership. You also get TradingView's premium charting software. That's going to cost about $600 a year. It's free with your membership. The Trade Ideas scanner is another few $100. So make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks during the day. This is free with your membership. ETNA Simulator lets you trade stocks, options, and short-lead futures with fake money so you can practice what you're learning in the courses. This is just under $1,000 a year. If you go to ETNA directly, it's free with your membership. Our own proprietary scanner that lets you build your own custom scans. Dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, stuff that used to only be available to professionals. You guys have this at your fingertips. A trading journal will track all your trades and give you statistics on it. Analyst ratings. Social sentiment scanner. I forgot about that one. Social sentiment scanner. Well, you can go through Reddit, StockTwits, Twitter. Tells you what ticker symbols are being mentioned most to help you stay ahead of the crowd. Analyst ratings on any stock that you're interested in. So you can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a stock. A watch list. Every day the mods and I publish a watch list of the stocks we're looking at and how we plan on trading them. Then you've got all of our courses. Our courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund. There's beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it, we've got it. It's all in text and video, whatever's easier for you guys to learn. There's no upsells for courses. Like you don't join and all of a sudden there's VIP courses that cost $1,000 after you subscribe. No, it's all included when you guys join. Then you've got a video library that's got about 300 hours of workshops and webinars that we've conducted with members live, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. Brian, newest member of the group. Welcome, Brian. Guys, that means there are now just 5 of those laptops left. Again, just 5 left now. Guys, go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. That's Senator Drizzle. Senator, welcome. Welcome to the group. Glad to see you pulled the trigger. Awesome. So now there's just 5 of those laptops remaining. Remember, you don't have to enter your address to get the laptop. You'll get a welcome email with instructions how to claim the free laptop. So Brian, welcome to the family. All right. All those workshops, guys, those workshops, we conduct them every single week. So I mean, once you become a member, you can start attending these workshops live. Okay. You can start attending the workshops live. But all the ones that we've previously done, they're all right there for you guys to see. It's time you invest in something real, something that can actually give you resources and tools and products that can help with your decision-making. That's what the TTG platform is. In the meantime, you're going to be able to be in chat and get trade alerts from a group of myself and 9 other professional trading mods that are inside of the TTG chat room, whether you can be in front of a computer or not, use the mobile app. That's how so many of our members are able to benefit from this, even if they work full-time jobs. If you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. There's 5 of them left. Just go to ttgoffer.com, enter TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop to $12.07. Check out. You're good to go. You'll get a welcome email. There'll be instructions in there how to claim the free laptop. You have questions, send a text to 786-505-4049. Don't call that number. It's a text message only phone number, but don't hesitate. If you have any questions, whatever it is, whatever's on your mind, send a text message to that phone number and we'll help answer anything it is that you guys need help with. All right. So there you have it, folks. That's that. All right. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope you guys kind of have a better understanding of what happened in the markets today. I hope you understand what the Fed did, why the markets went to the downside. You know, what are the levels that we're looking for the SPY to get to now? I got a very specific game plan here with this market. You know, some more downside volatility for the next, 2 weeks or so. And then I think we chop around and baseline in October. And then I'm going to look for a bounce November, December. So it's still looking for downside now, looking for upside November, December, similar to what we saw in July, August. Like you see how you have the upside in July and August, like that type of a rally. See that rally that you saw in July and August? See that? I think that you can see something similar to that, okay, going into the end of the year. All right, then you can see something similar to that going into the November and December. But I think we got to flush this out here first. Okay, we got about 2 more weeks to go of September, then into the beginning of October, and we shall see. We shall see if I am correct with that call. All right, guys. So that's all, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, turn on your notifications. Do not ever miss out on these live streams. I do them 6 days a week. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Later.